friends, welcome back. This is Jamie, and we're doing a flip through of my long-term collections journal. Now, this is kind of a mashup between what I had before, which is this guy, and what I have now, which has a lot of inspiration from Jess or Jashii Corrin over on the YouTubes and the Patreon and the Discord and the Instagram, and she is awesome. And she gave me a bunch of ideas, and so I have stolen kind of a bunch of her stuff as far as simplicity and layout goes. But most of these layouts that I have in here, I already had. So it is a mashup of mine and hers. So all of the credit and inspiration goes to Jashii, and I will have her linked in the description box below. So we will come back to him when it is relevant. But I have this nice Archer and Olive A5 dot grid journal with the Taurus constellation. I was very, very happy about that because that's mine. So all of my journals have the title page, very simple, obviously, because I have like 4. And then a pocket with my dot grid ruler. So to help make my pages quicker as far as dividing them and as far as that goes. Okay, so this one does have an index just so you can easily find what collection it is that we're looking for. The 2 that I haven't filled in, you'll see why soon. So we start with collection ideas, and this is for ideas to put in this collections journal. Now this collection's long-term collections journal, I should say, is for anything, as far as Jess said, that's going to last you longer than a year or longer than the life of the everyday journal that you're using. She says she uses usually about 3 journals a year as far as her everyday journal. I only use 1. But for things that I want to be able to keep collectively in one place, they're going in here for me. So different ideas for different collections to house in the journal. And the first actual collection, quote unquote, is the Bujo theme. So all different ideas for themes for your Bujo setups in any kind of journal. It doesn't have to be just your everyday journal. It could be your reading journal, it could be your work journal, student journal, diary, doesn't really matter. And then this was her idea because I had these in my everyday journal, but putting a master list, as far as she called it, here in the collections journal is helpful. So we have a birthdays list and a holidays list. And I didn't, because kind of what she said is some holidays you can't always, they're not on the same day every year, like Easter and Thanksgiving, but you know the month that they're in, so that's easy enough. If they do have a specific day, then that's added in as well. And then I did totally jack this from her, the apocalypse, which is basically your bucket list, but it's things to do before the apocalypse. And she did give credit to the, I believe, YouTuber she saw it from, but I can't remember at this point. So I will try to link her actual collections journal video in the description box as well. Haven't gotten around to filling this one out yet. I'm going to need to think on this. And then moving on here, we have layouts for monthlies and weeklies to include technically in your everyday journal. So like monthly layouts that are must-haves for me are the calendars or a monthly log, but like trackers and logs you want to have. A must-have for me is a mood tracker, habit tracker, meal and sleep log. Content planner for me is new. Gratitude I do already. Self-care is new. Playlist I track different songs, different albums that are really prevalent in my Spotify for the month. Songs I really, really listen to a lot. Highlights at the end of every month is what I do. Goals and dreams log, this is going to be new to me. And intentions and 101 things, that is also new. So intentions or goals that you want to accomplish that month, specifically. And then others is a cover page, a quote page, just journaling or poetry pages, and then your weekly and daily logs. And then more options are stuff I do not do currently, but could, if I wanted to, add a little extra something like a health and exercise tracker, or a project planner, or a memories page, a bucket list, a monthly challenge, notes pages, anything else that you can think of that you might include in a monthly layout of yours. Same goes for the weekly layout. So stuff that you could do is like current events, announcements, scheduling things for school or work, or, date days, friend group gatherings, Bible studies, whatever it is that you do in your life. Just have that as a whole. Well, you might not even need it as a whole page, but, just add it into your journal somewhere in your weekly layout. Tasks and notes as far as weekly to-dos, reference notes, meetings, schedules, anything like that. Trackers and logs, again, ones that I've already listed out. Ones I don't do, however, is like your steps or your exercise, meal planning or logging. I did start meal logging, but not meal planning. So that's the next step. You can do goal-related things like your weekly goals, action steps to meet your goals, tiny wins, milestones reached, challenges, accomplishments that you've done, that sort of thing. Just kind of a little positive in your day that might seem overwhelming. Those are always fun to see. I get a kick out of my gratitude log. Just out of everything I did that day, what was I most grateful for? And to be able to go back and just go ahead and see that list is really cool. End of the week stuff, migrating things that didn't get done in the next week's, reviews, memories, and then space fillers for on your page itself. In your weekly layout, you can use washi tapes, calendars, stickers, doodles, quotes, just stuff to fill in, the blank spots that you're like, I want a little something else there to just zhuzh it up a little bit, And then this is straight jacked from Jashii because I hadn't figured out how I wanted to track my stuff yet. So I kind of had something similar for my collectibles, but not entertainment-wise. So this is her entertainment stuff. So she did shows, movies, books. I think she did like skills and games, but I'm sticking with these three and seeing how it goes. So a list of all the shows I'm currently watching, how many seasons they have, and then the big dot is I have watched that season, little dot is I have not. And then over here we have a half tick if I've started that show, and a full X if the show is complete. And then I have plenty of room over here, and then this at the bottom here are all of the shows that I'm hoping to watch, ones that have been out and ones that are coming out. So that's how I chose to do it. And then this is for movies. I started logging just the ones that were in my last year's journal and then going forward. So these are the singles that I have obviously watched. Jurassic World isn't a single, but you get it. And then this is my Marvel section. Just to kind of keep that in line because I know I haven't seen a couple Spider-Man, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, haven't seen yet. The Ant-Mans I'm not a big one. I didn't see Black Widow, Eternals, or Shang-Chi yet. I don't even think I've seen a full Hulk movie. I know they've done like 3 different takes on it, so, haven't gotten there. So, plenty of room to fill out for more movies, and I do have in my everyday journal a list of movies I haven't seen or ones that are coming out that I want to see to try to track that, as well as TV shows that are my current ones that I'm hoping to watch for the year. So that in itself is kind of doubling up, but I'm okay with it. And then I've got like a good 4 pages, 6 columns here for my books, which my book series are currently in a lot of pages. So I've divided these into physical, Kindle, or audio on as far as how I own them. And I haven't decided if I'm going to put them all together or if I am going to sparse them out as far as maybe only track the physical ones that I own. But some of my favorite ones I own on Audible. So I haven't figured this one out yet. So that's a future me problem, as Jess would say. moving on from there, we have my Goodreads challenge tracker. So the year, how many books I read out of my goal, the percentage of my goal that I met, and then the best book of that year. So I've only actually met my reading goal 2 for 6 years that I've been doing it, since 2011. It's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad because I tend to read a lot. But I had a slump for a few years, so we're trying to build that back up. 160 books last year, including manga and graphics novels and comic books, so like, don't freak out. I think it was only like 105 or something of actual like novel-sized books. So I have plenty of room to keep going with that, so that's good. This one, I don't know what I'm doing yet with this one. So places I've been and places I want to visit. I haven't figured out how I want to lay this out, because if we look at my last journal, this is how I did it. So I had printouts of the US, because that's where I live, and then the world. So I colored in, well, I kind of made a key on this one as far as places I've lived, places I've visited in the US, and then places I've been around the world. I went ahead and colored in or did my little dots. It's kind of hard to tell. Like, I'm like, huh, what was this? I don't know. And then places I want to travel, kind of did the same thing. So I'm thinking I might realistically want to do this more of a broken down list bullet point view versus picture. So we'll see how that goes. Get this guy out of here. Stop bumping the camera. So yeah, I'm not sure on those two yet. So we'll figure that out at a later date. This is one of the first spreads that I did in my first collections journal, names that I love. So reading books, watching TV, watching movies, meeting people, any way that you hear a name used that you just think is awesome, I have made a list. And then here is my little list of pets and what their names mean. Like my current service dog, his name is Hondo, and Hondo translates into warrior. So I thought that was awesome. Stuff I didn't know. So that's just a nice big spread for names I love, so I can have plenty of room because, I don't know, it's like a weird little hobby of mine. So moving on. Self-care idea spread. So we have mind, body, and soul. I have broken that down into those 3 groups, and ideas I have to have a self-care moment if you're struggling. So like for your mind, listen to a podcast, get 8 hours of sleep, get creative, read a book. You just have a jam session, dance it out, it's fine. Color, draw, doodle, paint by numbers, diamond paint, crochet, knit, whatever you need to do to focus your mind on something to let everything else kind of fade away. Body stuff, yoga, drink your water, have a bubble bath, get a massage, go get your nails did, just take a walk, like anything to help do a little self-care for the body. Face mask, hair mask, that could be an option too. For your soul, good quality laugh never helped, or never hurt. Longboard with my niece, play with the kids, cuddle with the pets, donate your time or things, have a good prayer or worship session, do a gratitude log, have some family time, whatever you need that will just make your soul feel better. So that's what this spread is for, because self-care is hugely important. And so this is kind of like my apocalypse, but this is kind of more like for things. Not like life things, but like just things that I want. Like you can never have too much washi tape. You can never stop updating your desk or your craft storage, or, you know, if you collect Trail of the Painted Pony statues, if you collect Funko Pops, you know, like whatever you want. Be as materialistic as you want. You know, call it what it is. It's fine. That's what this is for. I haven't filled that in either. Okay, these are 2 of my favorite spreads, I'm not going to lie to you. Disney taught me about love. So I found this on Pinterest, and I loved it, and I stole it. And then also Pixar lessons learned, And these are all from Disney movies and Pixar movies, and I just think this is an amazing spread. Like, love is telling the truth. Pixar lesson, it's not about the finish line. Like, no ocean is too large to cross for those you love. Thank you, Nemo. I mean, just, it's so simple, but yet right in your face that sometimes you miss it. So this is a nice reminder page. And then here, this is complicated because Disney and Pixar have now merged. So this is complicated. Haven't done it yet. Marvel movies watch in chronological order. That is how I have listed them. I don't have enough room for all of them. I have to do a tip in, add a little extra page space. It's fine. We'll figure it out. And then we have my collectibles. So I have my comics, my manga, my painted ponies, and my Funko Pops. So that's where these layouts are going to take us. These are still in pencil or not filled in at all yet, because I'm still kind of working out the kinks. So all of my comic books here, the volumes listed here, with room to spare. We're going to see how that works out. Same with my manga. Here, Attack on Titan. I have the first 6 volumes. So those will be written in. And then as I read the volumes, I will go ahead and mark that off, probably with the dot marker because it's easier. And then again, plenty of room to keep getting more manga because I have gone into manga this last year. So pretty excited about that. Trail of the Painted Ponies. These are the painted ponies that I have. I have them right now listed by release date. What the actual pony was released out into the world. I'm not really sure how I want this list to go yet. So it's still in the planning stage. And same with my Funko Pops. I haven't got a good list yet of my collection because I went from a humongous collection to slicing it down to the bare bones, ones that I just can't better part with. So still in the process of that. So that gets a couple pages because it'll need it. And then that is the end of the collections pages so far at the front of the journal. But if we go to the back of the journal, because Jashii, again, is genius, is where your pen swatches go. This is where it gets fun. So we've got our Tombow pens, dual brush markers, and then we have all of the other markers segregated by type. So Zebra mild liners, all the colors with their names, my Artist Loft watercolor dual tip brush markers, my Papermate Flairs, and the Artist Loft fundamental fine markers. I have a lot of these that are not in the best condition, so I'm not sure if those are going to continue to live with me or not. And then moving on, we've got the Jelly Roll pens and the Zig Clean color dot markers. Don't ask me why I can't spell color. It's fine. And then the Crayola Super Tips. I got a 50 count because I couldn't find the 100 count. And I was impatient and didn't want to buy them online. And then the, I'm going to say this wrong, Bayam, B-A-Y-A-M, fine liner pens. These are brand new. As a matter of fact, they're still in their little container here. So there's 18 of these guys, and they have a really, really nice fine point on them. So that was cool to find these. So this has the color swatch, the name, and the number. Crayola Super Tips don't come with a number, they come with a name, but I numbered all of mine on where I believed that they go. So reds to blacks, because like this like brownish maroon color they had in the reds, and I didn't like it, so I moved that. This was kind of I was already doing, but then Jashii had a great idea. When you're looking for a red, you're not looking in all the different collections that you have. You just want the red. So, swatch them according to color. So here's my reds, and we started with the Tombows, and I put the T for Tombow and then the number of the pen. And then C is my Crayola Super Tips. AL is my Artist Loft dual brush, and then the ZM is the Zebra mild liners. Those are the only ones I've swatched so far. But we've got it in the red, the orange, yellow, green is already 2. Yes, these have tints of blue, but they're more green, so they're on the green scale. Blues almost need a second row. purples, pinks, grayscale, so anything from light gray to black, and then browns. So this was genius. I absolutely trust Jashii with every single creative idea that she has had so far. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So that's a nice flip through. I haven't done all of my markers, and I haven't even started on my pens. I don't know if I want to do my pens or not. We'll see. The jelly rolls I did because they're not like a fine pen. They are, I don't want to say a runny pen or a blobby pen, but that's kind of what they are. So I wanted them here because you can also use them for color. So yeah, that is what I've got so far. And I look forward to adding more to it. If you have any ideas, questions, comments, please leave them down below. There's going to be a bunch of links down there for my other social medias, any supplies, any inspiration. I will try to link everything that I can in the description box below. And if you want to follow me on Goodreads, Instagram, TikTok, all of my socials will be down there. Oh, and my Goodreads, because I'm a reader. But yeah, if you had a good time, please let me know, and we will see you next time. Thanks, friends.
Now my wheels in motion and my